What's up guys, it's your boy Superbrewski here, and today we're gonna be doing a video that many of you guys have been asking for quite a bit, which is gonna be talking about my sensitivity, my settings, and my HUD. So we're gonna make a little video going in depth about every single thing over here, explaining why you should have what. Yeah, let's get right into it. So let's go to settings and start off with the HUD. I'm gonna show you guys my HUD. I'm not gonna say too much about it because HUDs are very personal. You should try whatever you want and whatever you think is gonna help you the most. Because when I switched from phone to iPad, I was looking for HUDs and I realized this is a thing where you have to just experiment by yourself. So I ended up playing with my index finger, and this is a pretty good HUD for 6-finger play for playing on an iPad. But I'm pretty sure most of you guys are playing on phone, so we're not going to talk too much about this, but if you guys are playing on iPad, I would give this a try. This is very good, and I've been playing on it since I've started playing the iPad almost half a year ago. So next, let's go to the basic settings, and let's go to BR mode, of course. Let's scroll all the way up. So auto loot is good. I have it on, not because I'm a lazy fuck and I don't want to pick up stuff by myself. It's because it highlights the important loot that you need, that is prioritized, like adrenaline, ammunition for your guns, etc. Grenades. Have that on, it's good. Auto open doors, have that on as well, because it's kind of awkward when you're trying to run away from a situation and you just facepalm into a door when you're trying to run away from an engagement. It's like, yeah, not very convenient, so make sure that's on. Fixed right fire button, make sure that's on as well, so it doesn't mess around with your HUD when you're shooting. Aim assist is really good. It's not as OP as, yeah, many people might think, but it helps out in those close ranges and like mid-ranges. I would say mostly mid-ranges, but aim assist fucks with your aim if you're shooting and sniping from very long distance, because it sometimes pulls towards the enemy and then messes with you trying to like lead a little bit for the bullet travel time. But yeah, fixed visual joystick, have that off, because if you have if you don't have it off and you touch the left side of your screen where the joystick is, you don't hit the joystick, it's gonna like move around and aim there. It's very annoying, so have that off. Hide prone button, don't have that on, because what it does, it hides the prone button, and then you will have to tap and hold the crouch button, which takes way longer to drop shot compared to actually having a prone button. So please do not have that on. ADS button for rotation, I have that one on as well. Quick run from prone, it's just efficient. You want to have that on. A good running sensitivity and getting used to it, because it's way faster than pressing the jump button to stand up and then get out of there. The joystick auto sprint is basically when you like flick your joystick up and it like locks itself to auto run. Fixed joystick, have that off, that way you don't have to be exactly always in the exact same spot to like move around your character. Right fire button for fixed perspective, make sure that's off. And this setting that I'm about to talk right now is gonna be release right fire button of shotgun to hip fire. This is something I would probably use if I would be playing 2 fingers on a phone. But if you're playing 4 fingers or 6 fingers like myself, or who knows, maybe even 10 fingers, you're playing on some sort of smart TV, you don't need that. This is really good if you're gonna play with 2 fingers, and you should experiment with that if that's your case and you're a 2-finger player. Definitely try that out. Continuous grenade throw, you want to have that on, otherwise once you throw a grenade it's just gonna go back to your gun. And yeah, usually when you're trying to escape a situation, you're trying to throw smoke grenades or throw tacticals at somebody, you want to use more than one, and it would be quite inconvenient to have that one off. Quick switch weapon, that's a new feature I got added this season, and I realized when you have it off and you're switching around with your weapons, and sometimes you click exactly to pull out your knife and you want to switch back to a weapon, it takes way longer to switch back to the gun or the knife when you have this off, so make sure you have it on. Now let's go to the ADS setting, tap and hold to ADS. This is the setting I use, and I'm going to be talking more about in 2 days, because tomorrow I have a gameplay video, and the day after that tips and tricks for shotgun, sorry. And tap and hold to ADS is the key to how control your quick scopes when it comes to sniping, but also like how I play with my shotgun, the quick scoping with my shotgun, the ADS, the quick ADS thingy that I do. As you guys can see in my clips, when I just like absolutely destroy people in quick scope with the HSO to make sure every shot lands where I aim. But I'm going to be talking about that more in depth when I do the tips and tricks shotgun video. But yeah, you should use the setting if you're playing 4 fingers or plus. Play left fire button, of course I have that one equipped. Slide while running. Tap crouch is the only good setting, make sure that's equipped. My sprint sensitivity, that's very personal, it's up to you, whichever you feel more comfortable with. Mine was 75 on phone, and it's gonna be over here on my iPad 85. Gyroscope, of course, I cannot play with gyroscope. I would do it if I could, but yeah, my iPad's laying down. I'm using 6 fingers. That would be a little bit awkward to manage. And the FOV, the camera FOV, make sure it's at the max you can get, because the higher the field of view, the more you can see and the better it is. Best visibility, if you're pretty new to the game, I would put all, that way you don't forget that you like need to wear a vest or stuff like that. But I have mine on others visible because I'm a simp for my character skins, and yeah, I'm pretty aware of the situation and I know when I have a vest or not. Alrighty, let's move on to audio and graphics. We're gonna go for graphics really quick. There's nothing big here to say. Just make sure like to play usually on medium and low if you're being really competitive about BR. If you're really competitive, you could go even on low. I put it on medium because I don't know, I like the game to look a little bit nice, and it's nice for like more enjoyable for people to watch. So the frame rate, you always want to go the highest you can. Of course, the more FPS you have, then better and then smoother. Depth of field, I have that off, I don't like it. And one thing you want to have on is real-time shadows, that way if someone comes from a rifle, you can maybe see like the shadow of the parachute next to you. Very useful. And BR mode graphic style, that's up to you. I found dynamic to be the best because it's easier to spot things. I've been using that all the time. So let's go to the juicy part. Audio. UI volume is basically what you hear right now. It's the UI, the interface making noises. I have that at 50 because I don't need my eardrums to be blown out by that. It's unnecessary. The master volume, of course, 100%. That's every setting. Just like basically if you turn that off, you don't hear anything because it controls everything up here. That's at 100%. And very important, very important, SFX volume. You want to have that on to 100. Why? Because SFX volume is responsible for the gunshot noises and footsteps, etc. SFX is the stuff that matters, the stuff you need to hear to be aware of what is happening and what you need to do with information. Because if you have that shit like low, you won't be able to hear gunshots and footsteps as well, so make sure that bitch is maxed out. Music volume, please just turn it off, it's unnecessary. Especially from the platform, you just hear weird music noises that just suppress the footsteps of other people and cannot let you like think clear. It's just unnecessary, turn it off, it will help you focus more. The voice chat, it explains itself. Microphone explains itself. If you want to ear rape somebody because you have a sensitive microphone, just put that bitch to 100 and then just scream into your mic. On all chat when they're playing, you want to join my V-Bucks giveaway? And clip that and send it to me, please. I would really appreciate it. Ambient volume, very important. Turn it off. Especially BR. Turn it off. Turn it the fuck off. No, 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 no. Ambient volume will mess with you. Why? Because it's not only wind noise and stuff like that. In BR, for some reason, they thought it would be a funny idea for ambient noises also to be gunshots and explosions in the distance. So sometimes when I had that on, I would be confused about if there was a gunfight happening somewhere or just because there were gunfire and explosions in the distance that weren't actually happening, but they were just like ambient noises. It's just ridiculous and I find it dumb, so I turned that off. So voiceover language English, well, yeah, it's not like we have an option, huh? And let's go over here before we get to BR settings to my sensitivity. Sensitivity is very personal, it's something you want to mess around with, but there's one thing about sensitivity I want to talk about that you guys should probably consider doing if you haven't already. Please use fixed speed. Why? If you use something like distance acceleration, speed acceleration, it's way harder to gain muscle memory. What I mean by muscle memory is when you get used to doing a thing, and the more you do it, the more automated it becomes, making you better and better at it. Because if you don't have fixed speed on, it's very hard to get used to moving a certain distance, because with fixed speed, doesn't matter how fast you move it or what part of your screen you move, as long as you move 2 centimeters, it's gonna be always the same distance that you're gonna be moving in game. And if you have that on, it's way easier to like get used to it and master it and get better and better. So always have fixed speed acceleration on. Fixed speed always. Sensitivity switch, switching while opening ADS, that's what I have. And as my sensitivity, one important thing is sensitivity is personal. When I started playing the game, I experimented a lot with it, trying to find my sweet spot, and that's what I've stuck with. So you can try it out, see how it works for you, but keep on tweaking and tuning it. But the most important part is, as you guys can see, firing sensitivity and camera sensitivity should be always the same, because it would be just messy for you to have a different like sensitivity while you're shooting compared to when you're looking around. So make sure that's the same to yours. Gyroscope, I cannot play gyroscope, I don't play gyroscope, so yeah, that's irrelevant. Vehicle layout, that's very personal as well. That's up to you. You can see which mine is. The only thing I would recommend is vehicle camera to be on semi-flow, vehicle HP, of course you want to see that. And then automatic obstacle avoidance, I have that off because sometimes when you're trying to squeeze through a tight spot and like you're like driving between, let's say whatever, like 2 pieces of a fence or something like that, it might sometimes, if you have it on, just like ram you against it because the game is tripping. But the last settings, and one of the most important one, and the one of the most saddest one because it's not working properly right now, is gonna be the loot settings. So hemostatic, you want to always have 10 equipped because 10 is enough, and hemostatic stack up to 10, so it's going to take 1 slot for 10. First aid kit, I have 10, and first aid kit occupies like 5 first aid kits per slot, so those are going to be 2 slots equals 10. Adrenaline, 1 adrenaline slot is like can carry 2 adrenaline, so it's going to be 2 per slot, so I have 6, that's 3 slots. Armor plates stack up to 5 per slot, so I have 5 equipped as well. With grenades, all grenades are the same when it comes to stacking, so all grenades stack up to 3. That's why my numbers are 3 and 6 here, because I don't want to have 2, because then I'm not using all the like entirety of the slot. Or 5, you understand me? So fermentation grenade, I have 3, that's 1 slot. Smoke grenades, that's 6, which is going to be 2 slots, so smoke grenades are very useful. Make sure to always have them and use them. Concussion, I have 6 just to troll people, so 2 stacks, Nova gas and 1 stack. And then flash grenades, they're bad, so I have 0, serial bomb 0 as well, but most importantly cluster grenades I have 6. Why? Because tanks are annoying. You want to have as many clusters as you can because they're pretty good, not only at destroying tanks but also clearing buildings to make sure there's no traps inside. And for the last, we're going to be talking about optics. Optics are a very personal thing. I like my iron sights. But on LMGs, I don't know why, I just like the feeling of having a red dot or a reflex sight, so that's why I have it on LMGs. So this settings basically lets you auto-equip sights on the guns you equipped here and which size. So for me over here, I have it on reflexes and holographics for my LMGs. But yeah guys, that's been it for today's little setting video. If you have any questions or you want to say something or any doubts about something, you don't understand something, just go to the comment section down below. Ask me whatever. If I have time, I will try to answer as many questions as I can. And yeah, just tell me what you think about this video, if you liked it or not. I would really appreciate some feedback. Besides that, thank you all for joining the channel. The growth has been incredible lately. Appreciate it a lot. And hey, if you're new around here and you see me for the first time or you're not subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It's free and that's a great price. And while you're at it, pretty sure you're generous, you can like and hit the notification bell too, right? Thank you for that. Besides that, tomorrow, shotgun gameplay video, the day after that, shotgun tips and tricks, and yeah, we're gonna be uploading every day of the week besides Sunday for this week. Alrighty, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. And yeah, I wish every single one of you a beautiful day and hope to see you next one. Till then, peace.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.